The story of the Kanem-Bornu Empire is one few have heard, yet its legacy stretches across centuries and continents, echoing through the sands of the Sahara and the histories of Africa. The Kanem-Bornu Empire, once a beacon of Islamic scholarship, political sophistication, and commercial wealth, flourished in the heart of Africa while Europe was gripped by its own medieval struggles. Its rich history, however, has often been overshadowed, erased from textbooks and collective memory, leaving a gap in our understanding of the world's interconnected past. The origins of Kanem-Bornu date back to the 9th century, when the empire first emerged on the fertile shores of Lake Chad. This region, where modern-day Chad, Nigeria, Cameroon, and Niger converge, was a crossroads for trans-Saharan trade routes, making it a vital hub for commerce and culture. Over time, Kanem-Bornu grew from a cluster of small chiefdoms into a formidable state, ruled by the Saifawa dynasty, whose reign would last for nearly 1,000 years. From the beginning, Kanem-Bornu was shaped by its position at the intersection of civilizations. Caravans laden with salt, gold, ivory, and slaves traversed its territory, linking the empire to North Africa, the Mediterranean, and beyond. Merchants and scholars from Egypt, Tunisia, and Morocco mingled with local traders, forging bonds that transcended borders and belief systems. Islam arrived early in Kanem-Bornu's history, carried by Berber merchants and wandering scholars. By the 11th century, the rulers of Kanem adopted Islam as the state religion, transforming the empire into a center of learning and faith. The empire's embrace of Islam was more than symbolic. It reshaped society. Courts became places of debate and scholarship, and Kanem-Bornu's rulers sponsored the construction of mosques, schools, and libraries. Arabic became the language of administration and scholarship, connecting Kanem-Bornu to the wider Muslim world. The empire became famous for its learned clerics, legal experts, and poets, whose writings circulated as far as Morocco and Cairo. For centuries, Kanem-Bornu was a beacon of Islamic culture in sub-Saharan Africa, rivaling the great cities of Timbuktu and Cairo. But Kanem-Bornu was not just a spiritual center, it was a political powerhouse. The Saifawa dynasty presided over a complex bureaucracy, with provincial governors, tax collectors, and judges working together to maintain order. The empire's military, famed for its cavalry and iron weaponry, defended its borders against rivals and raiders. At its height, Kanem-Bornu controlled vast territories, stretching from the Niger River to the Sudanese plains, and its influence reached deep into the heart of Africa. The rulers of Kanem-Bornu were skilled diplomats, forging alliances with neighboring states and negotiating peace treaties with distant empires. Their correspondence with Muslim rulers in North Africa and the Middle East was frequent and respectful, a testament to their status in the Islamic world. The empire's wealth, derived from trade and tribute, allowed its rulers to maintain courts of dazzling splendor, where musicians, artists, and scholars gathered in celebration of Kanem-Bornu's achievements. Yet, despite its prominence, Kanem-Bornu's legacy has been largely erased from European histories. Medieval and early modern European chroniclers, focused on their own world, seldom mentioned the empire, even as it rivaled their kingdoms in size and sophistication. When European explorers finally reached the shores of Lake Chad in the 19th century, they encountered a kingdom with centuries of tradition, yet they dismissed its achievements, relegating Kanem-Bornu to the margins of their narratives. Why was Kanem-Bornu erased? The answer lies in the politics of history. European scholars, building narratives that centered on their own civilizations, often overlooked or minimized the achievements of Africa. Kanem-Bornu's Islamic identity further distanced it from Christian Europe, which frequently portrayed African Muslim kingdoms as exotic or peripheral. Colonialism, which swept across Africa in the late 19th century, further buried Kanem-Bornu's history, as European powers redrew borders and imposed new systems of rule. The empire, once a proud and independent state, was gradually absorbed into colonial territories, its traditions suppressed and its memory obscured. Despite this erasure, Kanem-Bornu's legacy endures. The empire's influence can be seen in the languages, customs, and faiths of the peoples who inhabit the Lake Chad region today. The Kanuri people, descendants of the empire's founders, continue to celebrate their heritage, preserving oral histories and cultural traditions that recall the glory of Kanem-Bornu. Islamic scholarship, once the pride of the empire, remains a vital part of the region's identity, linking today's communities to a millennium of learning. Kanem-Bornu's story is not just one of loss, but of resilience. The empire weathered invasions, droughts, and political upheavals, adapting to changing circumstances while maintaining its core traditions. In the 16th century, after a period of decline, the empire was reborn under the leadership of Idris Aluma, a visionary ruler who reformed the military, expanded trade, and renewed the empire's commitment to Islam. Idris Aluma's reign marked a new golden age as Kanem-Bornu reached the height of its power and prestige. Under Idris Aluma, Kanem-Bornu became a model for governance, innovation, and cultural achievement. The ruler introduced new administrative reforms, standardized the legal system, and promoted the construction of mosques and schools. His diplomatic skills allowed the empire to maintain peace with its neighbors, while his military campaigns secured vital trade routes. Idris Aluma's reputation spread across Africa and the Islamic world, earning him recognition as one of the continent's greatest leaders. As centuries passed, Kanem-Bornu continued to adapt. The empire faced new challenges: internal divisions, external threats, and the pressures of globalization. Yet its traditions endured, shaping the societies that emerged in its wake. The empire's legacy can be seen in the resilience of the Kanuri people, whose cultural and religious identity remains strong even in the face of adversity. Today, as we seek to understand the global past, Kanem-Bornu offers a powerful lesson. Its history reminds us that Africa was home to great empires, sophisticated societies, and vibrant cultures long before the rise of Europe's colonial powers. The erasure of Kanem-Bornu from mainstream histories is a loss not only for Africa, but for the world. A gap that must be filled if we are to appreciate the richness and diversity of human civilization. To rediscover Kanem-Bornu is to reclaim a chapter of history that belongs to us all. It is to recognize the achievements of a Muslim kingdom that shaped the destiny of millions, fostered scholarship and faith, and stood as a testament to the power of resilience and adaptation. By restoring Kanem-Bornu to its rightful place in history, we honor the memory of those who built the empire, celebrate the cultures that flourished within its borders, and inspire new generations to seek out the forgotten stories that connect us all. In the end, the Kanem-Bornu Empire is more than a lost kingdom. It is a symbol of Africa's enduring spirit, a reminder that greatness can thrive in the most unexpected places, and a call to remember the histories that have too often been erased. By shining a light on Kanem-Bornu, we illuminate the path to a more inclusive, truthful, and inspiring understanding of our shared past.